Hey Secondary 1 Math Prodigies, this is Coach Saiful with your daily dose of math mastery, and today we're going to go into question number 1 of your assessment paper number 5 on algebra. Okay, so let's take a look at the questions right now. The questions are actually pretty simple if you know the basics of algebra. So in the first question, is a minus 3 squared equals to 16? Okay, sorry about that. Is a minus 3 squared equals to 16? So how do we do this question? A minus 3 squared equals to 16. Okay, it's actually pretty simple. If you can see that the 16 is actually a square number. In other words, it's also equals to 4 squared. Okay, so now I'm going to write this down for you. A minus 3 squared is equals to 4 squared. Now what can we do to make sure that both sides, we can remove the both sides, what's that called? Squares. What do? We can simply square root them. If we square root them, what do we get? We get a minus 3 equals to 4. And what do we get? We get a minus a equals to 4 plus 3, which gives you 7. That's it. Bam. Okay, so for part B, let's look at part B. Part B is saying that 3L minus 5 times 5L plus 1 was equals to 0. So what's the answer? Okay, for this kind of questions, you need to understand one thing. Let's imagine that one of these numbers, let's imagine these are actually two numbers. It could be x and y, okay? Or it could be even whatever it is, x and y, okay? In this case, x times y gives you 0. What does that mean? It means that one of these numbers is actually 0. Therefore, it could be x equals to 0 or y equals to 0. Do you get that part? In other words, it could be 0 times 3. It could even be 18 times 0, any number you want. But basically what it means is one of these numbers is actually 0. Okay, so with that in mind, okay, with that understanding in mind, I'm going to erase all of this. And I'm going to ask you one question. What does this mean? It means basically that 3L minus 5 is equals to 0, or 5L plus 1 equals to 0. In this case, 3L is equals to 5, L equals to 5 over 3, or 5L equals to minus 1, L equals to negative 1 over 5. And that's the answer for part B. Alright? Now for part C, it's also pretty simple. Again, using the same principle that I taught you in last week's assessment paper. What we can do here, first off, is we have to make sure that we divide both sides by 3 first. So we get square root x equals to negative 4 over 3. Okay? Now what do? We square both sides to get x. When we square both sides, what do we get? We get negative 4 over 3, the whole thing squared. In other words, negative times negative gives you positive. So we don't have the negative anymore. 4 times 4 gives you 16. 3 times 3 gives you 9. So the answer is actually 16 over 9. Okay, if you got that one right, high five, because you are a math prodigy. Good job to you. Okay, for part D. Now, for part D, it's a little bit tricky, but if you understand the things that I've been teaching you for the past 2 weeks, you would know, you would see a simple pattern right there. Okay, so for part D, let's take a look at this. It's actually 2 minus x minus 2 over what? Over 2, because times half, okay, equals to 3 times x plus 3 over 4 minus x minus 5 over 4. Now, when I put it this way, I think it becomes very obvious to you that all we have to do is just make the common denominators the same, and we can just simply erase everything else. So we times 2 over here, and we times 4 on top here. So we get what? 8 minus, don't forget to times 2 here as well. So you get 8 minus 2 times x minus 2 over 4 equals to 3x plus 3 minus x minus 5 over 4. Now, what I've taught you in the past 2 weeks is simple. When you have left hand side over here and right hand side over here, you can actually multiply both sides by 4, therefore cancelling the bottom of this equation. And hence, what do you get? You get 8, slowly open this up, 8 minus 2x plus 4 equals to 3x plus 9 minus x plus 5. So let's see which is easier. Let's put the x's all on the right hand side. So you get 3x minus x gives you 2x. 2x plus 2x gives you 4x. Okay, and the numbers here, 8 plus 4 gives you 12. 12 minus 9 gives you what? 12 minus 9 gives you what? 12 minus 9 gives you 3 minus 5 gives you negative 2. equals to 4x. Therefore, x is equal to negative 2 over 4, or also equals to negative half. And that is the answer. If you got that one right, high five, because you are a math prodigy. Good job. And lastly, for part E, let's do part E together here. Very simple question. Let's take a look at the question paper. I think mine is a bit screwed up. Oh, x cubed minus 4x squared equals 0. So again, x cubed minus 4x squared equals 0. X cubed minus 4x squared equals 0. In this case, what must we do is we have to first off, can we see that it's actually a similar term here? So we simply factorize. The same one is x squared. Take out x minus 4 equals 0. In this case, what happens? X squared equals to 0, like we've already done just now, or x minus 4 equals to 0. In this case, x equals to 4 or x equals to 0. And bam, that is the answer. Okay, and that brings me to the end of the question for question number 1, and I'm going to bring you to something very important, which is a quote of the week. Now, our quote of the week states what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. Now, this is one thing that I want you to really, really remember, because this actually creates the core of how we achieve anything in life. Okay, so let's imagine for a while. Let's imagine that you're doing okay, but you have a lot of failures behind you in math or in whatever in life that you are pursuing right now. Okay, and let's imagine right now that you can't get this out of your head. You only keep thinking about, oh, I don't want to fail. I don't want to get bad marks. I don't want to go home and get scolded by my mom or my dad or whatever it is, and I don't want to be made fun of, for example. Okay, when you do that, what are you doing? You are actually reliving those experiences, and you keep focusing on it, and you keep repeating it in your head over and over and over again until it becomes a reality to you. It becomes real to you, just in your mind. And then what happens is you begin to subconsciously do things to create that result in your outer world as well. I know it's a little bit mumbo jumbo, but this is true. Okay, so let me give you maybe a more tangible, a more easy to understand, a more applicable example. Okay, let's give an example of simply math. Okay, let's say you don't like math. Why? Because you actually have failed a lot in math before, and as a result, you don't like it at all. So you say, you know what, I hate math. I'm just not good at math. I don't want to fail in math. And as a result, you are scared. You feel scared. You feel nervous. You don't like it, and you don't want to practice it. Now let's take a look at logically. If you don't practice, are you gonna fail? Most probably. Now, what if you do practice and you don't kind of get it? Will you fail? Well, there is a possibility of failure, but at least you tried, and you might just pass. So, and you might do well, to be honest with you. So if you practice more, the more you are going to do well. So the thing here is that when you focus on not doing well or not liking math, what's going to happen is you're going to create these emotions in you, these feelings that, oh no, I don't like it, and so I'm not going to do it. So you don't take action, in a sense, your results come out as you have said. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So with that, I just want you to keep this in mind, and I want you to understand what this truly means, and it can be applied to any part of your life. So instead of focusing on things that is negative, focus on what you want, not focus on what you don't want. For example, if you want to lose weight, don't focus on what? Don't focus on I don't want to be fat. Focus on I want to be strong. I want to be muscular. I want to be fit. That's what you must focus on. Alright, that's more applicable to me than you guys, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So with that, this is Coach Saiful signing off, saying you are a math prodigy. Good job.